I just want to welcome everybody to the August, if you can believe it, August Fast Track Coaching webinar here. In typical Ben Cummings style, I have absolutely packed this webinar. Probably, I had somebody listen in who's a professional trainer, and they said that when they listen to my webinars, that they keep thinking that that's all I'm going to teach, and that usually like one module is typically was taught in the typical training that you guys are used to, but then I teach a second module. And then he said, well, I thought that was surely it. And I teach a third one. And he's like, okay, there's a lot of content per webinar. And I think part of that is because, number one, I test a lot of stuff, and I'm exposed to a lot of really cool Ninja e-commerce and Amazon things. But secondarily, it's because I think that I teach the way that I want to be taught, i.e., I don't want to assume that people know how to do certain things. And so I think I spend a bit more time screenshotting and making SOPs for you guys, and I think that's why my fast trackers tend to be far more successful, than the typical student out there that are taking other courses that will remain nameless. All right, anyway, I just want to also give a shout out at the beginning here to all of the amazing folks that I met at the live event in Vegas. Damn, it was awesome. As you can see by the selfie I took on stage here, about 800 or 900 people packed into a room, 3 days, great content, great speakers, and it was a whole heck of a lot of fun meeting all my fast trackers. And the two pictures towards the right that you see, those were taken by one of our fast track students named Della. Just want to say thank you, Della, for those. She sent those to Emily and said, here's what you're missing, because Emily had to leave for a family party. So she missed me speaking, and it was killing her. But anyway, thanks, Della, for those. So many of you came up to me and said you're having incredible luck with the Facebook video ads. People said they were using the Review Sniper to launch new products and to counteract negative reviews and to just kind of increase their conversion rates overall with Review Sniper using the tactics we taught. Tons of people loving what I taught about Thomason and saying that the combination of Thomason and Review Sniper and Facebook video ads making a massive, massive difference in their business, in the sense that now they have clarity on exactly what they need to do, right, when they're launching a product, or maybe a product has faltered and now they know specifically step-by-step what to do. So that was awesome to hear. And also I was quite pleased to hear that a lot of you are adding new SKUs, new products to your Amazon business, because generally the more SKUs you add, the more money you're going to make. And what else? Well, a lot of you said that you were building out your Amazon purchasers list, the buyers, because I taught about how to do email appending and what we're doing with that. And so I'm very, very pleased to hear that. Just a lot of good stuff you guys have going on. So anyway, this always reaffirms that we just have the very best clients in the world that are part of Fast Track. And thanks again for just being so darn enthusiastic for my crazy program and my crazy ideas here. It really does mean the world to me. So you guys rock. Okay, so you guys know what this looks like. I'm not going to repeat exactly what I usually do in my opening monologue, but I met somebody at the live event. They weren't a fast tracker. First warning sign, right? And they were saying how they struggled and blah, 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 blah. And I said, how long have you been doing this Amazon business? Over a year. Great. How many products do you have? Well, and this person gave me a litany of excuses for why the first product didn't work out, so she never placed an order. And then the second product didn't work out because blah, 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 blah. And the third product. And, if you were to hook me up to a, like IV of like truth serum, I would have said, for God's sakes, just get any product up there, because you're just making any excuse you can not to pull the trigger, quite frankly, because all the learning is really going to happen just by getting live with that product, right? And it just kind of reminded me, something that I just wanted to share was, you never fail until you quit, or you never fail until you make excuses, right? So, if you were like tuning into an AM radio station, right? Remember those? And you turn the dial too far and hear static. Have you failed? Do you switch off the radio and kind of whimper, well, I tried, or, the timing wasn't right? No, I mean, of course not. And why is that? Well, because the static gives you what? invaluable feedback, and that's really what it is. You don't look at tuning into a radio as success or failure. It's just feedback. You go, oh, okay, there's a station right there. I just got to turn the dial a bit more. Okay, it's just feedback that you haven't arrived at the correct frequency. So the alternative in this case is pretty obvious. And what is that? You continue taking action, i.e., you adjust the dial until you find a station. So when you get feedback that you're not making progress in this business, instead of quitting or whining or making excuses or saying, quote unquote, I tried, ask yourself, what specific exact action steps can I take to make success inevitable? What specifically next can I do that will make my success inevitable? What's my next step? Okay, and then just choose the best alternative that you came up with and take action on it. Keep moving, keep turning that radio dial. All life is a choice, and you can be stopped only if you choose to allow that to happen. Trying in Amazon, trying is lying. Trying is nothing more than kind of pinning a mental medal on your chest for having delayed or stopped along the way to achieving your goals, and that's total bullshit. Sorry for the swear word, but now something that I do want to just sort of mention about this kind of topic of what success really looks like. Again, here, let me just direct your attention back to the slide here. Again, we all think when we're purchasing a course or when we're starting any endeavor that success is going to just look like a straight upward curve. And we just know reality is not like that, right? Marriages aren't like that. Going to college wasn't like that. Starting a business isn't like that. So we know this intellectually, yet why do people get so freaked out when we get little bumps in the road? It's just absolutely interesting to me, right? I play tennis, but I sort of got pushed into playing Little League baseball. And if you've been around baseball, you know that the most insane nuts coaches on planet Earth are baseball coaches, specifically Little League coaches. I don't know why. I used to think hockey coaches were nuts. Nothing tops Little League coaches. And if you stand up there and you're at bat, there's a lot of pressure, right? Your team's watching, the other team's watching. And so, like if you strike out, it sucks. Now, to okay a strikeout in life is to acknowledge that the temporary failure is an excuse to quit. If you make it okay to strike out. Now I'm not saying that everything's predicated on always being successful in everything that you do. Just the opposite. But here's a question for you. In baseball, if you're up at bat, how long do you keep swinging? How long? Well, until you hit the ball consistently. Right? Everybody sucks, well, unless you're like a freakishly good athlete. But most of us suck when you first start, learning to hit this little ball going very, very fast against this piece of wood. So how long you keep swinging is until you learn to hit the ball consistently. Now, here's something I want you to keep in mind. I actually looked this up, that the professional baseball's greatest hitters, do you know they only hit the ball 1 out of every 3 times? And yet a batting average of .33, 1 out of every 3 times, instead of a batting average of .260, that's a very small difference, can earn a player an extra $3 million or more per year, just going from .26 to .33, okay? Players only get paid for hits, though, not for misses. So you got to get in the game, guys. So let's say that you are, already doing okay in this Amazon business, but you're kind of at a plateau. Guess what you need to do? Add more SKUs. Implement more of our tactics that we teach in Fast Track. This stuff is absolutely working. It's plucked literally right from, the best practices that we have going on in our Amazon business right now. So one of the secrets to this, and I like to remind you this at the very beginning, is that you have to come up with a process to be successful with this Fast Track coaching. And I have a big ego when it comes to your successes. I want our Fast Track students to be the most successful, hands down, of any body of people in the Amazon space, right? So here's what you need to do. Come up with a process and say, okay, what will make my success inevitable with Fast Track coaching? So it would sound like this. Number 1, I'm going to attend all the live webinars. Okay, that's fine. But what if you can't make it? Well, if I miss the live webinar, then the first Friday of when that replay is released is when I'm going to sit down and watch it. And yeah, I might have to wake up a little early, so I'm going to watch it the first Friday between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., I'm going to brew up just a delicious cup of coffee, right? And then I'm going to note 3 specific action items, not 15, not 1, 3 of my best, the best 80-20 ideas that apply to me, and I'm going to keep those on a Google document. And then when are you going to implement those? So you have to make a process for implementing the ideas. You're going to implement them on your Rainmaker Day. And the goal is to complete those 3 items before what? Before the next webinar happens. And that's a beautiful little simple system. And by the way, this is exactly how you build a system in business. Okay, so I'm going to go through this very, very quickly. I just need to reiterate this over and over and over again with my fast trackers. Avoid shiny object syndrome. You will continue to be inundated by the latest, greatest experts and software and e-commerce tactics. And my suggestion, I'm telling you, bury the head in the sand and stay committed to the Amazon Fast Track way. Our stuff works. Remember who my partners are. 2 very smart people made a decision to buy into my Amazon business, Jason and Wilson. Why do you think they did that? Well, because we have some really, really good stuff going on, okay? So just by being associated with Fast Track, you're literally tapping into the best of the best, because it's not just my mind at work here. It's not just my ideas at work here. I'm sharing exactly what we're doing with 3 of the best minds that are also connected to more successful Amazon people that I know of. I don't know anybody who's in direct contact with more successful Amazon sellers than we 3, especially if you combine all the people that we know. So don't be seduced by the various shiny objects out there. I'm telling you, it's just going to derail you. And then, again, I feel very strongly about this. Plant your flag with 1 coach, right? So, at my tennis club, there is a coaching staff there of about 8 or 9 really good tennis professionals that could teach you how to have a killer serve, that could teach you how to win, that could teach you how to do forehands and backhands. They have personal trainers. However, if you went to multiple of them, it would screw up your game utterly for all sorts of reasons. It's like having 10 different soccer coaches that are screaming at you from the sidelines that would be telling you how to play, and it just paralyzes you. So, whether that coach is somebody else or me, plant your flag with 1 coach and commit full tilt to their coaching, because it taps into that the oldest and most successful, most viable success model, at least in business, the mentorship model, right? That was used from the Middle Ages onward until today. Also, I just need to stress this time and again. We have a no revolving door policy. That is, you can't just drop out and knock on a door and expect to be let back in. Because what we teach here is proprietary. It's again, plucked right from our business. We do not let people drop out and re-enter. And what is taught here stays here. Do not post these ideas on forums. Don't share them with a small mastermind group you might be a part of, even if it gives you a nice little ego stroke, because you're just hurting yourself and you're just hurting everybody else in Fast Track. All right? All right. Let's get to the cornerstone principles. The simple business plan. I've been teaching this for a while now, and this is the exact plan that I still use in our business. Okay? It makes this business fairly predictable. So let's say that we want to hit $500,000 a month. I can reverse engineer exactly how many products that we need to release this year to hit, say, $500,000 a month. And that's because we want 1 product on average now, to make us $10,000 a month in sales. Some are going to make less, some are going to make more, but 10,000 eerily so does end up being about the average. Okay? We use the 80-20 principle throughout everything that we teach, because we only have so many hours in a day. We only have so many resources that we can purchase products, etc. So why not use the 80-20 principle in every single facet of the Amazon business, including the way we market, including the way we do product selection, including the way we rank, etc. And a lot of this is predicated on buying Amazon rank, because maybe it's just because I'm very impatient as an entrepreneur. I don't like to put my fate in the hands of luck or just sit idle and twiddle my thumbs. So I do everything proactive I can, very strategically and intelligently, though. I don't do this with reckless abandon, but we do it very you know, kind of very methodically to buy rank. Why? Because I want to rank like crazy, because I know that whatever I invest, I look at that as advertising costs, by the way. I don't look at it as buying rank. I look at it as, you know, what would I normally spend for, say, a full page ad to make a product successful? Well, what if you spent that on buying rank instead? And the good news is, see, with paid advertising, you have to keep running paid advertising to generate a return. But typically, as a general rule of thumb, when you buy rank on Amazon, you know, you do the you buy rank immediately, and keep buying rank until you're ranked at where you need to be to bring in really, really good money, and then you can usually back it off. All right, so blah, 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 blah. We covered some of these already. We touched on, you know, always keep in mind conversion rate is king. And again, don't forget to be doing a Rainmaker Day every single week. The Rainmaker Day is where you work on business building and marketing activities. You need one full 24-hour day per week. Violate that at your own risk, because those of you that have started doing this rave about this, and we taught this for years in the chiropractic niche, and they said this is one of the most, you know, empowering things that they ever did, that really exploded their practice. And we're finding the same thing happening now with our fast track students. So I have some utterly killer stuff to share with you guys today. Number one, a brand new breakthrough marketing funnel. This thing is in the early stages, but so far, oh my God, it's crushing it. Flash deals. We're going to tap into the huge popularity and the conditioned behavior and psychology when people hear that a flash deal is going to happen, or a lightning deal in the vernacular of Amazon. So I built this new marketing funnel because, you know, people seem to be addicted to flash deals. And we saw this happen with Amazon Prime Day, right? Amazon just decided to literally invent an excuse to sell product during their lowest and slowest season on their e-commerce side of the year in the middle of July, and bam, just by giving people an excuse to buy and whip out their credit cards, what did people do? People bought en masse. In fact, Amazon Prime Day was bigger sales than Black Friday. Let that sink in. Well, guess what? We're going to tap into that psychology and that conditioned behavior to want to buy as soon as you whisper the phrase flash deal or flash sale, okay? I'm going to cover two new tools that will, you know, I'll just show you those in a second, and we're going to get into some retargeting stuff that's absolutely killer. That will take any Amazon ad campaign that you're doing that was losing money and probably make it a profitable winner. Yes, every single one. Well, not every single one, because, you know, Murphy's Law, but so far all the ones that we've done this a two-step retargeting process to, it has done wonders. So we have a whole lot of stuff to cover. Let's get right to it. First, I want to pump you up, because a little bit later on the webinar, I want to show you how to create this flash deal marketing funnel that I created. And I just want to show you this, okay? Now, check this out. Now, imagine if you saw an ad like this. Flash sale alert, vitamin C serum, 48% off today. Top-rated vitamin C serum by Bianca Feroci. Hyaluronic acid softens lines, removes wrinkles, and adds glow to skin. 30-day money-back guarantee. This flash sale is our Amazon featured deal of the day. Today only save 48%. Limited availability at this price. Grab this now before it expires on Amazon. And we'll give them a link. Now, before I leave this, do you see how there's actually in this ad multiple images with a little arrow here? This is called Facebook carousel ads. This is going to take everything that we do at Fast Track and take it to the next level. And I'll show you exactly how we're using Facebook carousel ads. It basically is Facebook now gives you two options. You can just do one big image here in a box, which is what we used to do, or you can use up to 5 images. All of them are clickable, so you can tell a more complete marketing story. Absolutely killer. Higher click-through rates, lower conversions. Lower cost per conversion, higher conversions overall. So literally, this is like image number 1. Flash sale, act now, limited quantity. Click here to grab. Flash sale, removes wrinkles. So you do one benefit, 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 benefit. Almost like the way that when Amazon allowed us to put text in product listing images, we would say, you know, have the images tell your marketing story. Just as if you're going to do like a TV commercial storyboard. Well, now Facebook allows us to do virtually the same thing. We can tell a marketing story, almost like laid out like a TV commercial storyboard. And so if you click on this arrow, and this is just a screenshot, so I can't actually show you this, but I'll show you this later, you can see all 5 images. So image number 1 kind of summarizes that it's a flash sale, and we screenshot a countdown timer here. And then the last image, which you can't see, is a call to action. Absolutely killer. Now let me just show you this. Here's what they arrive at. Live countdown timer. See this pop up here? And it says featured flash deal of the day. Save 48% off of top rated Amazon product. Discount price already reflected in Amazon listing. Make a mental note of that. Big savings, expire shortly, so act now. Now, what you didn't see, because I had to load this before we started today, is that actually this countdown timer starts exactly what you see here at 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 42 seconds. And I'll show you exactly how to make this pop up. You see if you click the pop up, it goes away. But it, here, I'll just refresh the page. You can see, here's what they see, pop up. So this, what we wanted to do is we wanted to make it look literally identical, exactly like people are used to with these flash deals. Countdown timer, flash sale, and this is basically a very basic product listing, isn't it? Vitamin C Serum by Bianca Feroci. Top rated with hyaluronic acid, softens lines, removes wrinkles, and adds glow to the skin. 30-day money-back guarantee. This flash sale is our Amazon featured deal today, regular price, and then you do a strike through. Today only, 48%. Limited availability at this price. Grab this now before it expires on Amazon. In this case, we're direct linking right to the Amazon listing. Absolutely, you can and maybe should be using a super URL, rotating your top 3 keywords or the ASM ranker. And you say, sorry, and it says this right here, discount is automatically reflected in the Amazon listing. Free shipping with Amazon Prime. This Amazon discount deal expires soon, so act now. Very, very powerful template. It just so happens that this dark blue up here coincides with the same dark blue that's in the header of Amazon. Interesting, right? So we're tapping into, again, the Amazon branding. So when the person goes from ad to the flash deal page, buy from Amazon, a trusted site, and then they see again this image, and it's very, it's much more comfortable. It's like a greased chute that the visitor slides through, starting from the really good offer. Now they have urgency and pressure, very tight timeline. It's not like it's like 4 days, it's 2 hours. They see it ticking, tick, 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 and then bam, they're going to buy it, okay, or a certain percentage. So that's what's coming up a little bit later. Very, very excited to share this with you. But first, I want to share with you 2 tools that I think you're going to find pretty cool. These are 2 new resources that I'm using. When I come across cool tools, I will share them with you, because I certainly am a big believer and user of tools. Anything that will save me time or money, hey, I get very excited about. Okay, this is a really cool one that I highly recommend. It's called Remove My Background. Now, this enables you, if you want to take, okay, so let's say that you are just super busy and you're releasing multiple SKUs. When I say multiple SKUs, I just mean multiple new products on Amazon, okay? And you have like a product photography white box that you bought from Amazon for, $100, $150. So you're taking pictures that are kind of okay, but typically they're going to look like this sort of thing, right? They're not going to be perfectly white. They're going to be a bit muted. What this service does, it's not like one of these automated service. This actually goes to professional Photoshop experts. They actually completely remove the background, make it white for you, and then they bring out the colors and make them pop. And let me just show you how cheap this is. You're talking $1.45 per image if you want 24 to 36 hour turnaround. And there's other add-ons that you can do if you want, right? You can do things like, add a shadow and things like this, but it's very, very inexpensive, okay? And anyway, that's the site called removemybackground.com. As far as I know, they're based in the UK, and I'm liking it a lot. Now, the second tool, SpyFu. I recently bought a 1-month subscription to this. This is a little pricey. So this is if you know, if this is the sort of thing that's up your alley, if you're into keyword research and things like that. SpyFu is something that we used to use years ago. So some of you have heard of it, but I kind of stumbled across SpyFu again. I can't even remember how, and I was like, oh my gosh, this could have the potential to be a killer e-commerce keyword tool, because it does some really cool things. I mean, essentially it spies on all the competition, shows exactly what ads are running in Google, but then it also displays the most profitable keywords. And I started thinking, huh, this is pretty interesting, because we can use this for keyword research for Amazon listings that might uncover overlooked high profit keywords. It'll also, though, I mean, could we maybe use this to build Amazon sponsored ads campaigns? Yeah, and you're going to see. And could we determine easy to rank for keywords on Amazon that many people are overlooking because they're not using SpyFu? So check this out. I'm just going to show you just kind of briefly what this does. If you enter, actually, I'll just show this to you live. If you enter the keyword here, let me blow this up here. So if you enter the keyword Bluetooth speaker, you can enter any keyword you want. It'll give you a quick overview for that particular keyword, including what the click-through rate is on average for people that are running Google Ads. And you can see it shows the most successful advertisers and their best ads. Now, why do you think this might be useful? Well, guess what? If you want to run a Facebook ad or a Google ad, you know, you can see exactly what the competition is doing and model them. So 10% off blank, ultra compact Bluetooth speaker, offer ends blank. See, get free shipping. These are all really powerful things that if you were to play blind archery and have no idea what you should be running, well, this will give you some really good copy here, okay? And you can literally click through and see what people are running, how long they've been running it, blah, 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 blah. But the way that we're using this is to get a sense for what other related keywords around that main root keyword might be really profitable. So see this thing that says profitable related keywords. We click on view all related keywords, and it's okay. So you get this information, and there's some really cool things we can do with this. But let's go ahead and sort by clicks per day. Meaning, if you were to run Google Ads, which ads are getting the most clicks per day? Now, here's my thinking on this. I don't really care about global daily SEO because I'm not trying to rank organically necessarily. I want to see what keywords are causing people to click, because isn't that indicative of high commercial intent? So we sort it once, sort it again, so it's highest to lowest. And you see Bluetooth speakers. If I knew nothing else about this market, I would say, okay, that's probably my #1 root keyword, not wireless Bluetooth speakers, but Bluetooth speakers. My second best one is Bluetooth speakers. Bluetooth speaker, singular, right? Speaker by itself, wireless speaker, wireless audio speaker. See, I mean, these are things that you might not think of. Now, if you're going to be doing keyword research for your listing, you'd want to put the Bose brand name, right, in the search term field when you're setting up your Seller Central listing. Portable Bluetooth speakers, best wireless speakers. I mean, aren't these amazing keywords, literally just laid out? So there's several ways you can sort this. I typically like to sort by clicks per day, okay, and do it from the most clicks to the least clicks. You can also do this. So click-through rate here, meaning all these companies are running ads on Google. Which ads are going to have the highest click-through rate? Like, in other words, if I run an ad, so whenever somebody types in Bluetooth speakers, right, and I do an exact match. If you don't know the terminology, just don't worry about it. You just sort by clicks per day. But those of you that know what I'm talking about, exact match keyword phrases, you can sort by which ones get the highest click-through rate, because this is indicative of interest level. So sound system with wireless speakers gets a 50% click-through rate. Okay, but you can see it has very low clicks per day. Let's see, here's one that has 10.9, 12% click-through rate. Wireless audio speaker. So this is just stuff that I'm looking at and considering. So if I was going to start ranking let's say that I'm releasing a wireless Bluetooth speaker, and I saw all these lists of great keywords. I might actually go for this, because this is probably going to be a little bit easier to rank for. Wireless audio speaker. It has a fair amount of clicks per day and very, very high click-through rate. You know? So I'm not saying this is like the end-all be-all to keyword research. As you guys know, I use several methods, but this is really, really cool. Like wireless speakers home. You know? So home would be one of those words you'd stuff into your bullet point or your title or your search term, because you know, it might be valuable. I'm not sure, it doesn't have a lot of clicks, but again, I just like to kind of poke around a little bit, and I don't use any one keyword method, as you guys know. You know, I look at all the competitors' titles on page 1, and I just kind of, you know, add those. Then I use the SEO chat, you know, the Amazon suggest tool to see, you know, as I start typing in wireless Bluetooth, what else is coming up, because that's indicative of highly popular on Amazon, right? Then we're using like merchant words. Then we're using the James Harbaugh ASIN reports. And now I'm throwing the SpyFu into the mix. Now, whether I'll keep this, because it costs me like $97 a month, whether I'll keep this like indefinitely, I'm not sure. But so far, it's been proving you know, pretty useful for us, okay? So anyway, that is SpyFu. And check that out. I believe they have a free trial, and I believe you can see like the first 5 pieces of data for free every day. So you can, you know, even use like the free version as much as you can on like a limited basis. But if you do want to drill a bit deeper, you do have to do the paid version. Okay. So anyway, that's SpyFu. Let's move on to the next module here. Retargeting Ninja. Now, I shared some retargeting tactics at my live event speech. Don't worry, I'm not going to be repeating that entire speech here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get you up to speed with some new breakthrough approaches that are working very, very well. Okay? So if you're at the live event, please just humor me for 10 minutes. I want to get everyone up to speed. Look at this as review. This is not something that I threw in here to kill time. As you'll see, we're going to be going actually, you know, long today probably. But I do want everybody on the same page, because I didn't want everyone to have to wait for the live event, you know, videos to be released before I could teach this tactic that's working really, really well. So just please humor me for 10 minutes. If you already know some of this from my live event talk, I promise you that that if you just kind of hang in there and look at this as a refresher, it will pay many, many dividends here shortly. So if you were at the live event, again, you saw me teach what I am calling my 2X retargeting system. This thing is crushing it for us. So I'm going to be building upon this today when we get into the flash deals and some other stuff. So I just need to teach everybody here, okay? So hold on a second. Let me back up. Stuff's triggering like crazy. Sorry about that. So in June, you guys will remember I taught our breakthrough Facebook video ads funnel. So we're actually using a high click-through rate teaser video that is spit out by V-Roll. Got everybody a free month of V-Roll, and you guys seem to be loving that. I use it at least 2 or 3 times a week, because those videos really do get very, very high click-through rates. And I will say, though, that I primarily use those high click-through rate videos on Amazon, okay? I'm sorry, on Facebook. And I'll show you why in a bit here, but you know, this model is getting phenomenal results for a lot of people. Sure, you know, like everything in life, you know, product and how you target, and if the video sucks or the ad sucks, sure, you know, results will always vary with this stuff. It's not as black and white as we all like to make it sound. But as a general rule of thumb, you guys are crushing it with these ads. And as you might remember, the verbiage of the way these ads are written, that I just want to refresh you on briefly, is very powerful. Amazing blink, amazing tea kettle. Why are people going so crazy over this tea kettle? Watch the video below, then click here to buy. Doesn't get any more kind of direct marketing verbiage than that. Watch the video, then buy. Watch the video, then buy. And in this case, we are direct linking to the Amazon listing. feel free to use ASM Ranker if you want to rotate keywords or super URL. You know, all the above work. Okay. Now, I'm not going to show you that video. We'll just move on. Now, at the same time that I was testing Facebook video ads using the V-roll videos, okay, I accidentally came across an article on Facebook that said that the Facebook video ads, they actually allow them to be up to 45 minutes or 1.75 gig. And I'm thinking 45 minutes? Holy crap. You know, I thought there was like a 2 or 3 minute limitation. I had no idea. And then at that exact time, we were getting these awesome customer product video reviews made by YouTube stars using a service called famebit.com, which you should check out. It's basically, Famebit is kind of like Thomason, but exclusively for connecting YouTube stars with brand owners like us. Now, I put 2 and 2 together, and voila, I came out with a new iteration that I call product video review ads. And let me just show you what this looks like. Let's look at an actual product video review ad on Facebook. Now check this out. If you are a dog lover, and I know you're a dog lover because I can target you precisely on Facebook. This is why Facebook is the greatest advertising platform in the history of mankind. There's literally no privacy. I can chase you around if you're a dog owner who happens to love Sherlock Holmes, who happens to be a female, who happens to be, you know, 24 years old, and who happens to like tennis. I can literally get that precise, right? So if you're a dog lover and dog owner and you saw this, wouldn't you at least take a look at this? It says best dog brush de-shedder ever. Why is this YouTube star raving about the Furminator dog brush? He's calling it, quote, the best dog de-shedder ever. Watch video below. Or sorry, watch video review below. Then click here to buy, right? It's the same approach, only we're using a longer format video, and we're using a far more powerful kind of social proof approach. Is we're getting somebody who leaves a video review, and we're actually using that as the video. So we're saying, why is this star raving about this product? Watch the video review, then click here to buy. Okay, pretty cool, right? Now, here's what it looks like with the video playing. Now I'm going to turn up this volume. Now I'm not at all associated with the Furminator, and I just literally dragged this video off of YouTube. This girl left a Furminator review, but just kind of go with the flow here.
Hey there, me and Willis are about to use the Furminator, and the Furminator is a dog brush that really helps eliminate all the excess shedding that your dog has, especially dogs that are really...
Okay, so anyway, you guys get the point. So imagine getting these product review videos in front of the exact target markets. Now we call these exact target markets highest probability candidates, okay? So imagine we did that, and then direct linking to our Amazon listing, or again, using some kind of a link rotator like the one that I gave you several months ago, and or a super URL or an ASM ranker. What are the results? Okay, this is a screenshot that I did very recently. We got 3,500 super targeted video reviews for $48. You can't get 3 cocktails in Vegas for $48, right? 1 cent views, okay? We're averaging 27 cents cost per click, meaning these people are clicking through to our listing at an average rate of 2%. Keep in mind, this is not a short video, guys, okay? Now, as impressive as those stats were, we're not even close to being done yet, because I didn't just want great stats to brag about. I wanted to make sales at a profit, right? So here's what I did. Retargeting. So let's just, big picture here. Once somebody watches some or all, make a mental note of that, some or all of our product review video, okay, we then stalk them, okay? We're going to stalk them with a two-layered, two-pronged remarketing approach. And it's working really, really freaking well, really well. So let me show you what I mean. We're hitting them up 2 ways after people view our video ad. Now, again, keep in mind, we're going to target people that watch some of that product review video or the whole thing. Check this out. First, we're going to stalk them in our news feed with a retargeting video. Let that sink in. It's a different video. It's a retargeting video. Okay, and it says this: did you forget to order the dog de-shedding brush? Seriously, we know you're curious about this brush. That's why I recorded this special video message just for you. It contains a secret way to save 15% off today on Amazon. After watching, click here to buy. Okay, so since they saw our first video, now we're going to hit them up again with the same modality, i.e. we know they like watching videos, so let's hit them up with what? Another video reminding them to buy. And let's take a look at what this video looks like.
Hello, thanks for stopping by our site. We see you were looking around, but haven't made your purchase yet. Whoops. We can't stop thinking about it. Was it something we said? We'd take it back in a heartbeat if we could. Come back now. We've decided to sweeten the pot by giving you a discount code. Click over and you'll see exactly how much you'll save.
Isn't that wild? Now, you might think, well, Ben, that is a kick-ass retargeting video. I mean, if you put that video in front of everyone who watched some or all of the product review like video, surely that's going to work. But how do I make that professional sort of video? Oh, you're going to see how I do it in about 2 minutes using a really, really cool, super cheap service that I bought. So this is pretty freaking awesome. Now, so again, we call this the 2x remarketing formula. Well, why 2x? Okay, that was just 1x, okay? So that was a retargeting video. But I also hit them with the second, at the same time, simultaneously, also in our news feed is what, I mean, for lack of a better word, let's call it a static ad. So this is not a video. This is just an ad that says, "Did you forget to order?" And it says, "Seriously, we know you're curious about the Furminator dog de-shedding brush. Do you want a super great deal to try it? Save 15% off on Amazon with this coupon code." Now, in this case, we're just revealing the coupon code. Again, this is different. We're hitting them up with two different modalities at the same time: video and a static newsfeed ad. Again, I call this a 2x retargeting method because we're nailing them with two different modalities, two different modes of marketing in their same newsfeed to the highest probability candidates. This is extremely profitable for us. Now, big picture, all of our new advertising campaigns now look like this. Now, you want to study this. Starts off with a Facebook video ad that's going right to the audience that is, you know, dog lovers are going to love a dog de-shedding brush. This is the magic of Facebook. So the perfect target audience sees this video review ad. And by the way, people are curious about video reviews. They don't really want to watch commercials per se, but they'll watch a video review. Then we chase them around their newsfeed with a retargeting video and a retargeting newsfeed ad. And it's just super, super profitable, guys. Super profitable. Because remember, it all starts with the cheapest form of marketing of any platform I know of, which are Facebook video ads. I can't find cheaper advertising right now, okay? And as far as I know, I'm the only guy who's been teaching this and who's been really kind of innovating on this right now. So, you know, thank God you're in Fast Track because, I mean, you know, I'm sure in a year people will be knocking this off. They'll be coming out with services, yada, yada, yada. But right now, we are crushing it with this model. Okay, so you might ask, well, Ben, you know, I'm kind of new to this. What do you mean retargeting? How do you target people that viewed some or all? Well, guys, when we set up these video ads in Power Editor and Facebook, Facebook automatically builds these retargeting audiences for us. By default, there's a little checkoff box that says create audiences from people who view this video. Interesting, right? Well, guess what? Let me show you how easy it is to set up a retargeting campaign. All right. So you always want to use the Facebook Business Manager platform. Do not run any more of your Facebook ads through your personal Facebook profile. So your login should be business.facebook.com. If you can't log in from there, then you haven't properly set it up. And you need to re-enter a credit card and all that stuff. But the reason why people get banned from Facebook, by and large, is because they're running ads on Facebook that have a commercial intent within their personal profile. Facebook does not want you doing that anymore. Okay. Anyway, you log in, you click the little gear, you click Business Manager Settings, just like in the picture here. Click Add Accounts, Then you're going to click View Ad Account in Ads Manager. Okay. Now you might be wondering, and you might have even run a Facebook video ad like I've been teaching using VRoll. And you're thinking, Ben, I did see that little check off that Facebook's going to automatically build an audience, but like, where do I find it? Well, here's where you find it. There's this option called Audiences. It's like hiding in plain sight, right? So now you're going to actually click on Audiences, and now you're going to actually know what it does. Check this out. This is actually one of our campaigns. All of a sudden, without having to do anything, you're going to see 2 different retargeting audiences that Facebook automatically built. One, okay, just look at the screenshot there. It says video engagement dash blah, 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 dash completed. And the other one says video engagement viewed. What do you think that means? Well, completed means those are people that watch from start to finish our video. 1,900 people watched it from start to finish. Crazy, right? And those that viewed some of it, but not all of it, 9,700. Guys, this is 11,600 scorching hot leads that were interested enough in our product to watch some or all of our video. Do you think it might be profitable to follow up with them, to act as a tipping point to get them to buy? Yeah. So we're going to create this retargeting ad shown here. Again, you're going to have the slides, and in kind of typical fast track fashion, we've even given you the Photoshop image that you see there, the one with the red border. We've given you the text in with the right kind of Amazon orange. Did you forget to order? And then literally all you got to do is just drag in your main image, and presto, it's done. Save it, and you can like be using this in literally 1 or 2 minutes. If you don't have Photoshop or don't know how to use it, oh my God, it's so easy. Find somebody in Fiverr, pay them $5, and they'll do it super. I mean, it's like super basic kind of editing. But this is the retargeting ad format. Did you forget to order? Seriously, we know you're curious about blank. Do you want a super great deal to try it? Save X on Amazon with this coupon code. Use at checkout. And then at the bottom it says expires midnight, act now, limited quantity. Order now and save 20% on Amazon. Okay? So here's how to do it. Again, you log into businessfacebook.com, and you're going to click on the button that says Use Power Editor. You have to use this in Google Chrome. So if you're like a PC holdout and you're using like Internet Explorer, not going to work. If you're using Firefox, not going to work. Got to use Chrome, okay, Google Chrome on a Mac or a PC, okay? You're going to click on Campaigns and a little plus button, and you're going to create a campaign something like this. Now, it's very important, as you can see, if you're doing multiple sort of advertising approaches for multiple products, and now you're doing it like front-end advertising and back-end advertising with like remarketing, you can see if you don't label things properly, you are screwed. You don't know what's what. So this is the sort of labeling formatting we use. We do product, its purpose, and the start date. So tea kettle, retargeting ad, followed by the date. Select auction, click the website. Okay? And then you're going to click Ad Set. And I literally just copy and paste the same information, and I click Create. Again, you'll have the slides here, so don't worry about it. These slides are like SOPs for you, standard operating procedures. And I set a budget of $20 a day, or whatever the product retail price is. Let me just briefly tell you my thinking on this, and I have a slide for this in a moment. But if I'm running a retargeting campaign, and the price of my product, say, is $20, I'm going to set my daily budget at $20. Why? Because I only need one freaking person per day to buy, like to break even on that campaign, right? Okay. So here's a slide that sort of overviews it. If my product sells for $35, then I set my daily budget at $35, and so on. Because I know with my 2x retargeting approach, where you do a retargeting video ad and a static newsfeed ad, that we're going to 2 times or 3 times my ad spend in the real world. It's so freaking profitable, again, because when you're doing retargeting, you are targeting your ads to the smallest but most profitable segment of viewers, because they raise their hand, they prove their interest level by taking some action on an advertising. Whoops. Now, this is the part that people get confused about. They say, okay, great, so we saw in Facebook when we click audience, we see it says like, video views completed, video views. I can't remember what they call it, like the other option. But like, how do you like target an ad to those specific people? Here's how you do it. You click Edit Audience when you're in Power Editor. And then there's a box at the top that says Custom Audiences. You just put your cursor in there, and all of a sudden, all of the audiences that were in that Audience tab, here, let me just show you again. I know it can get a little confusing. But, okay, see this Audience tab here? And see it says Video Engagement Completed, Video Engaged Viewed. Okay, so when we go and we set this up in Power Editor, those audiences appear in Custom Audiences now. So you just choose the completed and the viewed, just like in the picture here. Keep everything else at the default setting. Everything else, you don't need to winnow this down, because remember, when we initially set up the Facebook video ad campaign, we already said US only, men or women, or age range, or whatever. We don't need to do that again. So when it comes to retargeting groups, you just choose to, choose that retargeting group custom audience, keep everything else at the default, okay? The two options that we select that you pick are mobile newsfeed, desktop newsfeed, deselect the rest. Again, this just been for my own testing. Leave the optimization and pricing at the default, which is optimize clicks for website, get the most website clicks at the best price, okay? Then we're going to create the ad here. All right, again, I just copy and paste all the way through. Real simple stuff here. And this is how we create the ad. First of all, we select the fan page from the drop-down menu. Now, this presupposes that, that you, as a fast tracker, that you know kind of the Ben Cummings way of doing things. The Ben Cummings way of doing things is you typically create a new fan page solely for the purpose of running ads like this. So let's, in the case of a tea kettle, I created a fan page called Chef Louis Loves Cooking. Right? If you're going to do like a dog de-shedder, you would call it Harry Loves Dogs, or whatever the case may be, something niched. Not because I'm trying to build any sort of like campaign or even get any engagement at all on those freaking fan pages. I just use them as a shell, so I basically have a headline for my ad. I mean, a fan page name is basically the headline for the headline. See, Chef Louis Loves Cooking is the first thing people actually see when they look at my ad, and that calls out to the target market that I'm going after, people who love cooking. Does that make sense? Now, we're going to click Create Ad, add with an image or video, and you're going to put the website URL. Now, this might be the Amazon listing if you're going to Amazon, or it might be your ASM ranker if you're going to go that route. Okay? Here's the text. Again, I'm not going to go over this. You can just kind of look at the sample templates and how I'm doing this here. Just a little point of confusion for a lot of people that are relatively new to Facebook. Text is actually the what I would call the headline. The text box is the main body of the ad, but for some reason, all these platforms love to be utterly confusing, because underneath that it says headline, but that's not the headline. That's something that goes underneath at the bottom, underneath the image, and then news feed link description goes underneath that. So just remember, just kind of like mentally make their stupid names invisible, text, headline, and newsfeed, and instead just think, okay, this is actually the order that people will see things. Okay, they're going to see the text part first, then they're going to see the headline under the image, and then the newsfeed link goes under the headline. All right. Now, you want to upload an image, and you want to do something like, did you forget to order? Again, I provided the retargeting template as a PSD file for you, and then you always want to put a call to action button. Shop now. Now, you might think, hey, shouldn't I do learn more because that's more subtle? No, actually, when you're doing retargeting or marketing in general for e-commerce stuff, shop now is a very, very powerful button, because only people that are kind of like, that are serious about buying will click a button that says shop now. So when they click on that, there's some kind of interesting psychology. They have a higher commercial intent, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay? Again, this is just a reminder that I provided this image as a Photoshop template for you with the marketing materials that will be available underneath the replay. Okay, and then you just click Upload Changes. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like in a mobile newsfeed ad. And you can see it pops, it stands out. Okay. Just a reminder, you know, this would apply to pretty much all Facebook campaigns you're running. There's really no reason not to set up retargeting on the back end of those because it's so freaking profitable. Okay. Now, how did I make this really cool retargeting video? I used a service called videoretargeter.com. This is, I think, Don Wilson's wife or something like this. Anyway, it's absolutely killer. And you know, the number one reason why I never did retargeting videos is because it was costly to make a video or a pain in the ass to make a video just for retargeting. This solved my problem. So you literally click Try It Now. You upload these pictures. You know, just use your same images from your Amazon listing. Okay. Then you actually can pick a voice, a style voice. So I chose U.S. man, but you could do Australian woman or UK woman voice. I chose U.S. man, okay? And then you pick from this menu of phrases that are pre-recorded. So, hello, thanks for stopping by our site. We see you're looking around but haven't made your purchase yet. And then you pick a second phrase and a third phrase. Pretty cool, right? And then, you know, as you're setting up this video, and I'm telling you, this takes like 2 or 3 minutes. It's so easy and fast. You just type in, at least this is what I do, I type in the coupon code right there in the video, okay? So now that everyone is up to speed with the latest innovations and how to use my 2x retargeting formula, again, I just want to go big picture here briefly. So you're going to be running product review video ads now, okay, with 2 retargeting attacks on the back end, a retargeting video and a static newsfeed ad. There's something magic about hitting up twice using 2 different modalities. Okay, so now that you know this stuff, let's build upon this killer stuff and explore my latest breakthroughs here. Okay, let's talk about Facebook carousel ads. Now check this out. I gave a little bit of a teaser to this at the very beginning, right? Facebook carousel ads. I showed you the flash sale ad, and essentially this is what a carousel ad is. It basically it goes from kind of the one-dimensional Facebook ad where we just had one image that was clickable, and now they allow us up to 5 different images, and they call them a carousel because it's like an image carousel. And as you notice, again, this is just an example. You can have different headlines underneath the image. You can have different call to actions if you want. Interesting, right? Interesting. So let me tell you why I'm loving this. First of all, we're getting great results from it. Okay. The other reason I love it is I can show multiple images and links in one ad. So it basically lets me tell a visual marketing story, aka my version of a TV commercial storyboard, only via ads. Okay, so it's just, I mean, even if you have a drop of like marketing blood in you, the hairs on the back of your neck are probably standing on end at the possibilities of this, right? I mean, you could feature several, before and after pictures. You could target one benefit across, 5 different benefits in 5 different images, and on and on and on and on. It basically is. It just allows you to expand your marketing canvas and tell more of the offer, more of the benefits, more of why I should buy from you, more of why I should click your ad. Okay. So how are we using carousel ads? Well, we're using this new format for our Amazon product launch ads. Okay, and I'll show you that in a second. We're also starting to test retargeting carousel ads. Oh, and okay, now I see why you taught that segment called Retargeting Ninja. Yeah. What if you could take the static newsfeed ad, but now make it 3-dimensional by turning that retargeting ad into a carousel ad? In other words, now I see 5 images that sum up the benefits that were talked about in that product review. Right, you guys with me? And by the way, working amazing for a new marketing funnel that I'll be showing you this month called Flash Deals. All right, so here are just some examples here. Facebook carousel ads. This is kind of an interesting one that I'm going to be exploring. See, it shows like the steps. Step 1, do this. Step 2, meet up with an agent. Step 3, find the right home. Well, you know, if we're doing a giveaway ad, couldn't we say step 1, get this product for 99% off. Step 2, use this coupon code. Step 3, visit Amazon here. Step 4, leave a review. Now, I haven't actually done this yet, but I'm working on it in the back of my mind. So maybe some of you can kind of test it out and let me know how it goes. A lot of possibility with that approach as well. And this is really cool, right? Almost kind of like expanding the product. So if you have a product that would lend itself to this, you could put one benefit in text per image and kind of like, let them kind of see the full canvas of the product as they roll out horizontally. Really, really cool. Okay, do carousel ads work? Well, yeah. Facebook did an internal study of 9,000 ad sets. Carousel ads reduced cost per sale by 30 to 50%. Notice it wasn't like 5%, 50%. Decreased cost per click, like in other words, what we have to pay, almost by a third, 20 to 30%. Guys, this is huge. Okay, so how we're using carousel ads for our Amazon product launches, check this out. Now I'm going to scroll through these, but you can see the moving carousel ads there at the bottom. Okay, so let me teach you the formula that's working really well for us. The first image just shows the product and the offer. The fifth image is the call to action image. Buy now, 99% off on Amazon. And images 2, 3, and 4 sell the benefits. So 99% off, Best Chef's tea kettle. This tea kettle is so good, we're letting you buy it for 99% off so that you'll spread the word and leave us a review on Amazon. Top-rated seller needs your help, and in exchange, we'll send you this luxury tea kettle practically for free. Click here to grab this for 99% off. Okay, now let's also read the marketing story. Now, that is an incredible offer. So this is why we've been very successful with our giveaway funnels. But what we've never been able to do is actually sell any of the benefits. We've been selling the steak, but not the sizzle. Well, carousel ads now, again, allow us to expand the canvas, and now we can actually get into the benefits of it. So it says, Amazon launch deal, super durable electric stainless steel tea kettle, fast, heats water quickly, cordless carafe, holds 30 ounces, buy on Amazon for 99% off. So again, image number 1, the offer. Image number 2, benefit, 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 call to action. Guys like this? Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. So the 5 carousel spots allow us to tell your marketing story. I just want to mention something that's a bit different about the carousel ads. The image size is different. It's not as wide. These have to be 600 by 600. And guys, guess what? I provided you with the main image, 600 by 600, a template for you in Photoshop. I provided you a template for the inner images where you drop in the 3 benefits for image 2, 3, and 4. And I've given you the call to action template as well for Photoshop. You guys owe me big time. All right, now let's take this to the next level still. Okay, like I know your minds are like exploding, but let's not only talk about using carousel ads to sell products, to rank products, but now to retarget products. Check this out. So what if we did this? Same copy, but now we remind them of the great benefits. So it would look like this. Now, in this case, just look at the pictures. I'm going to scroll through the carousel at the bottom. Did you forget to order? Expires midnight, act now. Super durable electric stainless steel kettle. Fast, heats water quickly. Cordless carafe, holds 30 ounces. Buy on Amazon. Now, this would depend. Now, here, let me just to show you something here. So you have, when you're doing retargeting, right, you have several options depending on what your marketing goal is. Now, lately I've been using direct linking in a lot of our ads. So you can see that in this case we're literally direct linking. And I just want to point something out, that every single image is clickable. Okay? So, and don't worry, I'm going to show you the setup, because once you see how easy it is to create a Facebook carousel ad, you'll have no fear of doing this. But you do have to make each image clickable. I'll show you exactly how to do that. But just bigger picture, you always need to decide what is your marketing goal. If my marketing goal is to rank from one specific keyword that appears to be profitable, like let's say I'm looking at my Amazon ad campaign and I'm like, whoa, the A cost for this particular keyword is really, really good. It's super profitable, but I'm not really ranking organically for it. Well, you might want to run a campaign like this solely to rank for that low-hanging fruit keyword. Okay, so in that case, you would want to use a super URL, or like the ultimate version of the super URL, the ASM ranker link. Okay, but anyway, pretty cool, right? Now, how do you create carousel ads, whether for a giveaway, for a sale, a flash deal, or for retargeting? Okay, super easy. Again, I don't want to spend too much time in this because we got a lot more to cover. But basically, when you're setting up the campaign in Power Editor, okay, you have this option under Create Ad. The first option is the one that we typically have been using, Ad with an image or a video. But now all of a sudden, some of you are very familiar with Power Editor, and you've literally seen this option recently, but again, it was hiding in plain sight. This is what we're using, the second option. Ad with multiple images in a carousel. So this is where you put the text, okay? 99% off, best chef's tea kettle, yada, yada, yada. Now look underneath that. Okay, look at, see where it says images and links? 1, 2, 3, plus. Yeah, I think you're getting it. I think you're getting it, because this is how you set up these carousel of images and links. So when you click on the 1, this is image 1 in the carousel. So for each image, you want a destination URL. The destination URL is just where do you want to take them when they click on that image. So this would be either a giveaway lander or whatever, right? That's common sense. The headline, again, the headline is what goes underneath the image, and the description goes underneath that, okay? And then you upload the main offer image underneath that. So just kind of, if you're looking for a template, it's this. The first image, headlines, everything related to the first image have to do with the offer. So grab it, 99% off. The image says 99% off. The headline, it also connotes that it's a deal of 99% off, Amazon launch deal, okay? But then images 2, 3, and 4 are more about the product benefits. So pick one benefit, super durable electric stainless steel tea kettle. And I choose to repeat the offer and kind of flesh out the offer a bit more underneath that. Save 99% off in exchange for your review, and then you just put a product image, okay? Image number 3, again, one benefit, fast, heats water quickly, limited quantity available, and then you do a third image there. Now, you have to click the little plus button up there because the default is just 3 images. So keep clicking the plus button. The max is allow us to have a carousel of 5 images, okay? And then we do our final, in slot number 5 is my call to action image. In my call to action, so buy on Amazon for 99% off today, grab the private coupon code here, and we have an image that also represents that, okay? Pretty ninja, yes, would you agree? All right, so here's a quick visual guide for setting up the retargeting carousel ads. You can kind of copy the template and all the text here. I'm not going to actually sit and read this off to you. This is more, look at this as more of an SOP, like a visual standard operating procedure for when you're setting up your retargeting as a carousel ad. And I don't want to belabor this point, but it's really not that much extra work because you're just going to going to use the exact same Amazon images you have already. So there's really no reason not to do this. It's probably like an extra 2 minutes worth of work for a whole lot more result. So again, you can just see it's the same process. There's 5 slots where you put the destination URL, the headline, the description, and the image. Same exact formula. The offer goes in slot number 1, benefits go slot number 2, 3, and 4, and slot number 5 is the call to action. And in this case, for retargeting, it's going to be a little different. Buy on Amazon, save 20% off today, and then coupon code yada, yada, yada. All right? Now, the usage that has me the most excited as far as like kind of putting all the pieces together, it's funny how this stuff happens, right? There's that old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And who knows, maybe the timing of this is kind of the same thing for you right now with a roadblock you had. Maybe this training is like, oh my gosh, the perfect answer, the perfect solution to something that I was going through right now. That certainly happens to me, because as all this stuff has been striking and hitting and kind of coming together, you know, I've been wanting to do something with flash deals for so long, but now everything kind of came together. The carousel, like the landing page template, all this kind of stuff. So let me just show you what that looks like here. The flash deal e-commerce marketing funnel. Okay. Now this is actually what the main image for the ad looks like. Flash sale with those lightning bolts, like product image says hurry, and then there's a static picture of a countdown timer to connote urgency and scarcity. And yes, you have this Photoshop template that I have provided you. All you have to do is drag and drop in your image, and literally you can be running a flash deal. Now, what is a flash deal? Probably most of you know. But here's a screenshot of, I don't know if you know this, but Amazon.com homepage is the most trafficked page on Amazon. But do you know what the second most trafficked page is on all of Amazon? Is their lightning deals, their deal of the day page. Bet you didn't know that. Hugely trafficked. Why? People freaking love a daily deal with a countdown timer. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. I mean, look at eBay. Why are there tons of static e-commerce sites that flounder, but why does eBay still to this day continue to crush it? Because there's urgency, scarcity with a deal that ends soon in an auction environment, in that case, but like a countdown timer, literally a countdown timer, just like you see on daily deals, and it just triggers something in us human beings, that scarcity and urgency. It's like, oh, okay, screw it, I'm going to buy, right? So we want to tap into that conditioned behavior. Now, the term flash deal or flash sale has now become a thing, okay? It's an e-commerce model in which a website offers a single product for sale for a finite period of time. And by the way, we just moved a lot of units. Amazon allowed us to do some lightning deals this week, actually. We had 4 that they cycled through their site, and we moved a lot of units. Now, I'm not talking about how to get those. Those are invite only. I'm just, make sure you don't get confused here. What I'm saying is that we don't want to rely on being invited by Amazon. What we want to do is we want to simulate lightning deals on our own proactively. Right? You guys with me? Because consumers freaking love flash deals. Okay? Now, love this image. We'll press lever for food. What we mean is this whole concept of being conditioned, right? I opened up my entire Fast Track webinar this month talking about Amazon Prime Day and how Amazon Prime Day is literally just a figment of somebody's genius imagination at Amazon. They said, hey, historically July is the slowest sales month in e-commerce in general, including Amazon. How can we manufacture a huge sales day? I know. Let's just give people the right to buy. Let's do some sales. Let's generate some excitement. Let's call it Amazon Prime Day. And do you know that Prime Day did even more sales on Prime Day than on Black Friday? Literally just by inventing an excuse to buy. Well, guess what? We're going to do the same thing. And that's ultimate recent evidence that consumers are literally conditioned to act on deals, including flash deals. Okay? Why? Well, because mainly because consumers know that flash deals are a good deal, and they're limited in nature and they're limited in quantity, so it compels people to action. So guys, look, where I'm going with this is I wanted to tap into that psychology. I wanted a marketing funnel that would look like, feel like, in every way, simulate everything about a flash deal, so I could get that same condition response. And I also wanted to tap into the like the authority of Amazon on top of it, because I didn't want any barriers to entry for people to buy. I wanted nothing stopping them to buy. Well, here are the traits that a flash deal have in common. And it's really important that you understand this, because if you violate one of these traits, you're not going to be successful holding your own flash deals. Got to be a steep discount. Now, what is steep discount? Well, that's in the eye of the beholder. There is no rule of thumb. But steep discount. Second criteria, it's a sale that lasts for one day only, okay, typically, or only a few hours only, like with the lightning deals on Amazon. Limited time or limited quantity that you can have access to it. I also noticed that there were icons, badges, countdown timers, all this stuff that subconsciously also communicated the fact, urgency, scarcity, this is a flash sale. So we spent a lot of time to craft an advertising funnel that would enable us to move product whenever we wanted to by holding our own flash deals. And I think you're going to be very, very happy with the things, with the end result. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this. I actually built 4 different detailed Evernote SOPs for you, so that you could, kind of be building a bank of these marketing arsenals, and when you're ready to deploy them, bam, right there is the Evernote SOP. Again, you have access to all this stuff as long as you remain a Fast Track member, because what we don't want happening is people just kind of swiping this content and then and then leaving, and then taking our best stuff. This is why we say that we have a no revolving door policy, that when somebody leaves, they can't just knock on a door and get back in. And also, you are authorized to use my templates in our marketing funnels as long as you're in Fast Track, right? So what's the benefit of this? Well, we wanted to own a powerful way to move excess inventory, okay? So that's number one. But number two, what was kind of the happy accident result of this is now my favorite way to buy rank, because I can buy rank at a freaking profit, because guess what we're going to do on the back end? My 2x remarketing formula. Oh my God, see how everything stacks on top of each other? Okay. Or, now we can just create a cash surge anytime that we want. There's so many benefits to this. So anyway, I already showed you a sneak peek at the very start of this. Just in case you missed it, I'm just going to show this to you again. Let's say that we wanted to rank a beauty product, and we wanted to move, let's say, 50 units a day at break even, or a small profit. So imagine running this ad, what I'm going to call the flash deal carousel ad. Check this out. Flash deal goddess, by the way. Okay, this is a great example of what I said earlier. You want to create a new fan page, if only to have a headline for the headline. So flash deal goddess is actually the headline, right? Sure, it's the name of the fan page, but it's actually the headline. So it instantly communicates what? Flash sale. Look at the icon we're using. So flash deal goddess, flash sale alert, vitamin C serum, 48% off today. Top rated vitamin C serum by Bianca Feroci. Hyaluronic acid softens lines, removes wrinkles, and adds glow to the skin. 30-day money-back guarantee. This flash sale is our Amazon featured deal today. Today only, save 48%. Limited availability at this price. Grab this now before it expires on Amazon. Grab it here. Now look at the carousel images now. Flash sale, act now. Click here to grab. Removes wrinkles. Click here to grab. Softens lines and crow's feet. Click here to grab. Refreshed and glowing skin. Click here to grab. Buy now, 48% off flash sale. Hurry, expire shortly. Grab it. Isn't that wild? Now, when somebody clicks on our link, okay, when somebody clicks on our link, they're automatically added to a retargeting list. Well, Ben, how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that later. Okay? So Yeah, so they see that carousel ad. It's a hot offer. It screams to them this is a limited time sale. We're even taking a screenshot of the countdown timer. We're using the carousel ad to sell all the benefits of it. So we're gonna get the click. They're automatically added to a retargeting list, and they're taken to our flash deal lander that simulates the urgency and scarcity of a typical flash deal, and it looks like this. And let's just take a look now. Actually, I bet this countdown timer has run out since we've been on this particular call. Oh, there's 19 minutes. So somebody types on, so someone would click on an ad, and this is what it looks like. Urgency, scarcity, everything's congruent. This flash sale icon carries through, and we're tapping into, again, the same color palette for the header that Amazon's using and the buy from Amazon button. And this thing is a rock star. It's a freaking rock star. Okay, so as I mentioned here, as soon as somebody clicks on that link, we're going to begin stalking them with our retargeting ad campaign. Okay, and it looks like this. Did you forget to order? Right? Hey, when I find something that works, we ride that. We ride it into the sunset. Did you forget to order? Seriously, we know you're curious about saving 48% on Bianca Feroci. Yada, 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 yada. It's the same exact sort of model and formula, only we're tapping into the flash sale. We're even adding the flash sale icon into the upper right of each image. And yes, again, I just want to let you know, you're going to have the templates for these, for all of these, for all these Facebook images, not only the flash deal, but the retargeting images and the flash sale retargeting images as well. Okay, so it looks like this, right? Now, there's a lot of ninja things going on behind the scenes that I need to teach you. I do not want you to get overwhelmed. Just keep in mind, this is the very first time you've ever seen this. Stick with me here. I know we're an hour and a half into this webinar, but this is so friggin' profitable. And even if you don't ever do a flash sale, seeing the various pieces and how they come together will trigger all sorts of new iterations that you can use that will take your e-commerce business to the next level. Really, really exciting, interesting stuff, and the way I pieced it together for you, okay? So let's just go through this step by step. Number one, let's keep it simple. Number one, you're just going to make a brand new fan page, and you're going to make it sound like a flash deal type of fan page. So you saw the one that I used was Flash Deal Goddess. Why? I don't know. It sounds like something that would work like in the beauty niche. Okay. If I was in a fitness niche, I sure as hell wouldn't use Flash Deal Goddess. I might use something like Fitness Flash Deals, or Fitness Deal of the Day. Okay. So here's the formula for the headline of your fan page. You want it to connote a daily deal or a flash deal, plus niche it around your product line. Right? So if it was dogs, in the dog niche, I would do dog daily deals. Right? That's a no-brainer. Dog daily deals. All right? And just in case you don't know how to create a page, it's free. It takes literally moments. Just look at the picture there, and that's how you do it. You log into Facebook, you click the down arrow, and you click Create Page. Now, step number two, we're going to create the flash deal carousel ad. Now, I've already taught you the formula. Okay, image 1 should focus on the offer. Image 5 is the call to action image, and the 3 images that they sandwich in the middle are 3 of the main product benefits. Okay, so real simple stuff. Now, just for your reference, I've made a quick visual guide on how to make a flash deal Facebook carousel ad, just so you can see the verbiage, you can model this, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and read it off to you, but I'm highly visual, and I like to use SOPs when I'm working on things. So this is just to show you how I would lay this out here and the verbiage that we're using, okay? Now we're going to do the flash deal lander template. Now I actually performed a bit of misdirection on you. The actual website that I'm showing them, where I built this web page, okay, is this. Now, look at, you're like, Ben, you know, that doesn't look the same. Well, you're right, because this that you're looking at here is an HTML template that you can easily edit, because this is, I've set this up, frankly, to make it, you know, Ben-proof, aka, you know, idiot-proof, caveman, okay? But, and yet, you know that it looks like this when somebody actually clicks on the link. Well, you know, how are we performing this little bit of misdirection? Because this looks good, don't get me wrong, but this is what, you know, makes it feel, look, and smell like a real flash sale, right? That urgency and a countdown timer. Okay, so here's what we have to do. First, we have to create the HTML template. Okay, don't get confused. Just keep it really simple. So step one, we have to just edit the HTML template. And yes, just like everything we do in Fast Track, I try to give you all of the marketing like materials that you'll need, so you don't have to waste your time trying to like rebuild this stuff. I've given you the HTML template. Okay. So Ben, how are you creating the flash deals like pop-up and countdown timer? Well, and how are you automatically adding people to a retargeting list? Okay. Bum bum bum. Here's the like the final reveal. I'm actually using a ninja tool called Click Magic. Okay. Now, if somebody came up to me and shared how he was using Click Magic in a completely different way, so I'm not giving anything away that he shared, because what he shared was private. Okay, and he was using Click Magic for something utterly, totally, completely different. Not at all like what I'm showing you for flash deals. So when I actually looked at what Click Magic did, it just so happened to solve one of the big problems that I had, which is, well, how do I quickly deploy these flash deals, and how do I build like a retargeting list at the same time? And this fit the bill perfectly. So again, I'm not teaching you anything at all what this guy shared with me. All I'm teaching you is this tool that's not even his, called Click Magic, and it solved my problem here. Okay, solved my problem. And by the way, I just want to let all of you know, whenever you guys share something, you know, private, I do not teach it in Fast Track. I mean, if you guys come up and share something Ninja with me that you do not want shared, you know, with other people, I always respect that, right? I always respect that. So again, I just want to stress, I'm not at all teaching what he taught me or what he shared with me. Okay, this is my own kind of, you know, innovation using this tool that is, you know, publicly available called Click Magic. Okay, now what Click Magic does, it creates the urgency pop-up bar that pops up over every web page. Now take a look at something, and I got to go here before the time runs on this timer. If you can see the URL here, see, okay, you probably can't see this, but the actual physical location for this HTML web page is happiness-outreach-project.com/flash deal. Yet when somebody clicks on our ad, they are actually shown this. Now this is called an iframe. It doesn't actually take them to the real web page. Instead, it puts a frame around it, throws up this countdown banner. Okay? Now if that's all Greek, don't worry about it. Just kind of grasp the general concept. So this is like magician's misdirection, and how we're able to pull off this incredible sense of urgency and scarcity, and it looks really cool, and you know, it just feels different than just this. You guys with me? But you need this to make this. Okay? So let's just talk about editing the HTML lander. Okay? This thing. You have to do this part first. Now, this lander template is very easy to edit. I made it super duper simple. There is no list building in this case. Sure, you can add it if you want. I don't think you need it, and I think it gets in the way. I think you want a direct link to your Amazon listing, or use an ASM ranker link to direct link to your listing, because they're ready to buy. They're ready to buy. My goal with this is not to build a list per se. Okay, I think if you throw up like a forced opt-in at this point, you're going to fail with this campaign, because they just don't know that much about the product yet. They literally need to click through this link and visit the site and kind of click around, look at the reviews, you know, all the typical stuff that real people do when they're going to buy. All right? Okay? Now, how do you edit this? I already taught how to edit a Ben Cummings style HTML template, and this works the exact same identical way. So we don't need to repeat any of this. Okay, it's very, very step by step. I already taught. What you're going to do, and I'll show you where to find this, is included in your members area are bonus trainings. You're going to click on the beginner series. Hopefully, I'm not logged out here. Okay, and you're going to go down to the third video called How to Rank on Amazon, and you're going to click this, and this walks you through step by step how to edit a Ben Cummings HTML template. And this one is even easier to edit. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, I'm caveman with all this stuff. It's very, I'm not good at HTML stuff, and if I can do it in about 5 minutes, you can do it too. Now, alternatively, hire somebody. Don't let this stuff become a sticking point for you. If you're really, really poor at any kind of technology stuff, hire somebody for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks from like Bangladesh. They could do this in their sleep. It's so friggin' easy. So you just give them the template files and just, all you have to do is provide them with your hosting information and boom, done. I mean, we're talking, this is basic stuff for anybody on Elance or Upwork.com. By the way, Odesk.com has changed their name. It's now Upwork.com. Odesk and Elance merged, and in the fall, there will no longer be an Elance or an Odesk, and it'll all be Upwork. But again, it's just it's a service that you can post a job and have freelancers that'll work like immediately right now for dirt cheap all over the world, bid, and we'll do work with you. And once you find somebody good, or one or two people good, you can keep using them for all this kind of basic rudimentary kind of stuff. But don't let things like a lack of knowledge stop you, because I mean, it's so darn cheap to just hire somebody from Upwork, to do this basic stuff for you. Okay, step number 4, ClickMagic. Okay, so you might be wondering, how did I make that kind of pop-up countdown timer flash deal thingy appear? Okay, we did it using a tool called ClickMagic. Okay, now what I like about it is it's pretty darn cheap. It's very inexpensive. I think I pay 16 or 17 bucks for it. But what is amazing is that it also builds a retargeting list. Now, don't worry, I show you how to do this later in an SOP. We're not going to bore the living daylights out of you live, but I'll show you the SOP that walks you through it step by step by step. It's amazing. I mean, if Click, okay. Again, I don't own ClickMagic. I don't care if you buy it or not. Okay, I don't earn a cent if you use it or don't use it. Okay, because it's not my company. I just happen to like it. If all it did for me was one click adding people to a retargeting list, I would use it just for that. Because when you're setting up a link, and don't worry, I'll show you this later, I can paste in the Facebook code that simultaneously, when somebody clicks on any of those 5 images, it instantly behind the scenes add them to my retargeting list, and then sends them to my flash deal landing page. Okay, so look, I know we've been going like over 90 minutes, but basically what's happening here is we are creating a redirect link with ClickMagic. We're using this redirect link in our Facebook ads. When somebody clicks on this link in the Facebook ad, it adds them to the retargeting list, and then it iframes the web page and adds that flash deal pop over with countdown timer. Okay, so that's about as geeky as I'll get this entire module here. Promise. So the link is clickable in the PDF here to go to ClickMagic. I got their cheapest plan they offered for 17 bucks. Okay. Now, again, this is the one little thing that I can see that would stop people from implementing this fantastic idea. Because you have to, you definitely want to install ClickMagic on your own domain. And you might be like, oh my God, click what and domain this, and oh, forget it. It's over my head. No, it's not. No, it's not. Remember how I mentioned Upwork.com? Somebody can literally do this for you for 10 bucks. It's so freaking easy. Okay? So this is the link right here that you'll give to your elance.com or your Upwork freelancer, or just do it yourself. I did this myself, and that's saying something. That means it's fairly easy to do. Okay? I'm not kidding when I say it's a 1-minute task. Super duper easy. Okay? Now, step number 5, we need to create the countdown timer in ClickMagick. Now, ClickMagick also provides us with the countdown timer tool that we can use, you know, with all of our links. And it works really, really, really well. Okay? So never made a countdown timer in ClickMagick. In fact, never used ClickMagick before. Don't worry. I spent quite a bit of time to make you a detailed SOP in Evernote of how to make the perfect countdown timer. And I provided the link for you. The links will be provided not only in the PDF, but also in a resource box underneath this replay. And this is how in-depth this is for you here. Hold on a second. Let me find the right URL for you here. I just didn't happen to load that properly, I don't think. Let's take a look here. Okay. 1 second, sorry about this. Okay, so I have the wrong link here, but basically the SOP is going to look like this. Hold on 1 second. Okay, this is like the SOP for the next step, but I don't have the link in front of me at the moment. But step by step, literally like how to do the settings, what to click on, everything you need to just literally just copy exactly what I'm doing step by step, and it's super duper fast and easy to set all this up. Now what you're looking at is the second step here, which is what they call the magic bar. Okay, so there's 2 stages, 2 things you have to do. SOP number 1, which I will correct this link here because I have the wrong link in here as well. But SOP number 1, the settings for the countdown timer. SOP number 2, then you need to make this thingy here, what's called the magic bar. And you actually embed the countdown timer into the magic bar. So just as an example, what that looks like here is this right here. So add the countdown timer. So it shows you how to build this magic box very, very easily using this SOP. Now granted, it took me like 90 minutes to figure out how to do this because I didn't know ClickMagick. This will take you like 5-10 minutes max if you just follow my SOP. But you literally just add it by clicking this little countdown timer thingy here, and then you just click OK, and it inserts the countdown timer into your magic bar. Really, really powerful app, this ClickMagick tool. Okay. Now, step number 3, then you need to create the ClickMagick link. Now, I know we're kind of getting technical, but I just want to make sure you hear me. The ClickMagick link is going to be, it's actually a redirect link. Okay, it's a redirect link. So let me just show you what that looks like here. Okay, you literally just add the link. Okay, so I will let you follow this on your own because I almost hate to start teaching this in depth blow by blow because the SOPs spell it all out for you. I just want to point one thing out. Where it says tracking link here, you can name your link whatever you want. Okay, again, this is just the redirect link. Okay, this is the redirect link that you're going to be using on Facebook. So in your case, let's say you have, I don't know, like a domain called DugsDogsDeals.com, and you've installed ClickMagick in a folder called Flash Deals. So DugsDogsDeals.com/Flash Deals / and whatever you type in here will become that link, will become the redirect link. So you might want to call yours, you know, Furminator Deal of the Day, and that literally becomes a link. And when somebody clicks on that link, it takes them to wherever you want to go, which is the primary URL. The primary URL. Because again, if you look at this primary URL for the actual HTML page, it's this. Again, if this is slightly confusing, I get it. It was to me initially. Just follow the SOPs and you can't fail. You're going to cloak the link, again, because this is basically creates an iframe. They're not actually going to visit the real page, so that we can make that pop up with countdown timer appear. Okay? So again, just kind of follow through this. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes to create this link, and you're done. And then there's a second part to this. Now you're going to set up this link so that you can, every time somebody clicks the link, they're automatically added to your retargeting list. And this final SOP walks you through exactly how to do this. Super fast, super easy. Again, real simple stuff if you just follow step by step the SOP. So I hope you guys appreciate the time, effort, and work that I put into this to build out these step by step, Evernote SOPs for you, because I think you'll find them to be invaluable, not only for this, but for hopefully future things to come. Because as we progress and get more advanced in the fast track course here, I hope to build up a bank of these SOPs that you guys will be able to access for various tasks, as I teach them. All right, pretty cool. All right. Let's see. So this is just this will be self-explanatory, but once you complete the last SOP and set up the retargeting feature within the link, you might wonder, well, what is the actual freaking link that I use in my Facebook ad? And this is what this is. It's a screenshot. It's in the vernacular of ClickMagick, you're going to use what's called the tracking link. And again, I put a big arrow. I put red text says this is a link you'll use in your Facebook ads, just in case there's any confusion. Just in case there's any confusion. All right. Now, let's talk about the discount itself. Because you might notice, and by the way, I think our thing probably ran out of time. Yeah, it did. Yeah. So once the countdown timer stops, I set it to redirect right back to the original HTML page. Okay. Because remember, we are going to be chasing them with retargeting, but we don't want to put that scarcity timer, anymore, because it'll just be, look fake at that point, because they have believed that the countdown timer has already run out, and to have it kind of reset each time would make it look like a scam, and we don't want it to look like that. So once the countdown timer is over, it actually takes them to the original HTML page at that point. All right. Now, you might wonder how the discount works. Well, in this case, we're not providing them with a coupon code. What I suggest that you do is you just make the sale price reflected in your listing itself for 4 days, or however long you want to run your flash sale. I like doing things in increments of 4 days when it comes to Amazon. Why? Because we believe there's really something to this 4-day moving average on Amazon in the way they rank things. So, you don't have to do 4 days. You can do it 1 day. But I mean 4 days is how long I'll be running that advertising campaign. Yes, everyone who sees it sees that the deal only lasts 2 hours. But in reality, like behind the scenes, we're like pushing out advertising to these various audiences on Facebook. So the life of the campaign is 4 days. So what I do is I actually go into Seller Central, just like you see in a screenshot, and there's a setting there that looks something like this: your price and your sale price. And you can actually set the start date and the end date. Now, if you're going to do this for 4 days, obviously the sale end date would not be into the year 2025, right? Okay. Now, I believe that is the simplest, most powerful, best way to do this. However, if you want to use a coupon code, fine, go for it. So, in this case, you would just add the coupon code to the magic bar, that pop-up, as well as add it to the HTML template. And it would be something like this. Use coupon code SALE4848 at checkout today only. So how are we using flash deals? Okay, this is what we're doing right now. We look at each flash deal funnel as an asset that we can deploy at any point in time. So we're setting these up. So in other words, if we have 10 products, we quickly build 10 flash deal web pages. I'm telling you guys, this is so easy to set up once you make this, because it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to edit each HTML template. I mean, super fast. We only ever have to make one magic bar, and then we can just duplicate it and just edit the fine details in each. So it literally takes, I don't know, like once you create your first magic bar, it takes you maybe 30 seconds to duplicate it and to edit some of the text, and you can deploy that for your second product, your third product, your fourth product, and so on. Okay, you'll understand more when you actually get under the hood and set all this up. So right now we're, it sounds a little kind of convoluted, but you'll see what I'm saying, how easy this is with ClickMagick. And again, I don't own ClickMagick. I mean, if you never use them, I could care less. I'm just showing you what was working really, really, really well for us. Okay, and then again, theoretically, if we have 10 products, we have 10 of these flash deals ready to deploy at any one point in time. We then just deploy these assets when I want to push sales, or when I want to move inventory, or when I want to move rank. It's literally push button at this point. Okay, so let's say that, I don't know, let's say we want to make a 250,000 next month, and it looks like, oh my gosh, we only have 2 weeks left and we're at 230,000. Well, guess what? Let's deploy 5 flash deals and let's try to push our sales so we can move product. And again, I might not do like a 48% discount. In that scenario, I might do like 32% or something where I can make a profit. True, I'm not making 40% profit on those flash sales, but we might use it to just hit certain financial goals that we have. Or let's say that we want to rank for 2 keywords that we've identified that seem to be very profitable. Well, in that case, I might do a more aggressive discount of, let's say, 48%. So I'm essentially breaking even on that, and fine. So guess what? I get to rank much higher at break even, and now my sales are coming in far more because I'm now ranking for those 2 really good keywords. So there's a lot of flexibility and options you have when you use my flash deals template. So anyway, I just want to say congrats. I know this is a lot of technical stuff today, and frankly, some advanced stuff. But I'm telling you guys, I'm not advanced with any of this stuff. I'm self-taught. I have 0 technical background. I'm 43. Hell, the internet wasn't even invented when I was born, and I mean, I was well into my 20s before Amazon.com even existed, for God's sake. So please don't try to tell me that I'm some technical kind of guy. I am not. I'm self-taught on all this stuff. So if I can do it, I promise you, with a little elbow grease and with a little motivation, you can do this too. And you have now multiple tools you can use. The 2x remarketing method, unbelievably profitable, a way to convert your highest probability prospects. I showed you the use of Facebook carousel ads. Again, just that by itself could be a game changer for your Amazon or your e-commerce business. And now I taught you a whole new standalone sales funnel called the Flash Deal sales funnel that can serve multiple purposes. So anyway, let's take some Q&A here. So if you have some questions, go ahead and type them in. Okay, so thanks guys, by the way. I see lots of people saying that you like this. That's awesome. Joe says, I love tech. All right, David says, why are you linking video ad or retargeting ad direct to Amazon listing without a squeeze page? Well, because they're not like, why the hell would someone give me their email address just after watching a product review ad? It just makes no sense, right? If you're giving somebody an incredible offer, like a $1 price for an item that sells for $30, okay, I'm willing to hand over my email, but not for something that is like a glorified commercial. It would absolutely destroy your results. So forced opt-in should not be used at every step of the advertising process. It has its place for sure, but you have to be throwing up a very, very good offer for someone to hand over their email address. Okay? In the case of Facebook video ads, they frankly don't have enough skin in the game at that point to want to give their email address, because we're just saying, hey, check out this amazing video review about this product from a YouTube star, then click here to buy. And then they see, oh, sorry, you got to enter email like to freaking buy this. And I'd be like, what? See, that would not, I mean, that just wouldn't make sense. I mean, I understand why you're asking, but also it's not going to hurt your conversion rate, because remember, we're saying watch this, then click here to buy. The vernacular weeds out the bottom feeders. This has not hurt at all our conversion rate. In fact, and I thought I mentioned this like enough in June and in July, but apparently not. Most people that run my Facebook video ads, their ranking tends to increase. Mine does for, again, you'll be the weird exception to the rule where it won't work for reasons that I have no clue why. But every single time I've done it, our rank has improved for at least one, if not multiple keywords. When I first taught this at the Iowa Traffic Intensive, within like 48 hours, one of the attendees came up. His rank had moved up 14 spots just doing what I'm teaching. It works. Don't throw up an email forced opt-in or you will mess this up. Okay, trust me on this. There is a method to my madness. Are you recommending we substitute the previous Facebook ad training with this new flash deals? No. If you're going to repair a house, do you only show up with the hammer or do you show up with the tool chest? So you want multiple advertising methods. This is why they have colleges where they teach multiple advertising and branding methods. If it was just as simple as everyone's just going to use one tool and that's it, you wouldn't need books and colleges teaching advertising. Same thing with this. You want multiple tools in your tool belt. This is one more tool that I taught you that you'll deploy depending on what your goals are, right? Avery, you do not want to use lead pages for this at all. Lead pages are very slow loading. The reason why you want to use HTML, even if you don't love it, I didn't either at first. I used to bitch and moan. I'd say, oh, why are they using HTML? I want to use something in WordPress, right? Because it was my comfort level. What I didn't know is that was crushing my results in Facebook, because delay is death when it comes to like, in other words, if somebody clicks on an ad in Google or in Facebook and they got to wait for load time of that web page to load, they are out of there. See, they don't have enough skin in the game. They don't care as much as we care. What you need when you're doing advertising like this is the fastest loading pages possible. So ClickMagick loads very, very fast, but if you add the slight delay of ClickMagick with the much longer delay of lead pages of WordPress, you are toast. Do not do it, guys. Trust me, there's a method to my madness of all this stuff that I'm doing here. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? She says, I'm 62 and loving the tech stuff. That's awesome. Thanks, Ben, for detailing all this for us. No problem. Ben, on the Facebook retargeting setup process, can we get a PDF of the steps? I'll do you one better. I made you an SOP. One of these here. I think I closed it already. Right here. How to add the retargeting feature right there. And then the slides themselves contain like the visual, the visual SOP. So you have every single thing that I could possibly think that you would need for this. Okay, MJ? Flash deals, coupon code or percentage off. Sorry, Ram, I don't know what your question is. I'm not following you on that. Are you doing these flash deals instead of the no, I'm using them for certain things. I'm using the giveaway funnels for other things. I just showed you the latest iteration of the giveaway funnel. Again, you know, giveaway funnel is different than a flash deal, right? Flash deal is a discounted sale. Like giveaway is a giveaway, like a $1 deal or something like that. So different tool, different purpose. Beth is liking this. Thanks, Beth. She's like, totally ninja. Wow, my head's spinning, but I really want to dig in and do this now. I know, it's freaking awesome looking, isn't it? I mean, you could, like, okay, if you've been around the block, right, in business, the moment you see my flash sale landing page, you're like, I want to do this. Like, you just know instinctively that it's going to, like cause people to take action, right? Hey, Ron, how you doing? Ron says, fantastic stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Theo. Yeah, so he says, hey, you know, the feature in ClickMagick with the countdown timer looks identical to the one in Timerlay. And yeah, actually, you don't need Timerlay anymore because ClickMagick does all the same stuff that the Timerlay does, and it's cheaper. So I'm liking ClickMagick. I think in the future now, when I teach anything with the countdown timer, I'm just going to mention the ClickMagick because it's cheaper. Frankly, it's I wouldn't say easier to use. It's about the same. Now, I just want to mention one thing. Now, you know, when you're teaching, sometimes it's easy to confuse people that are new to the, you know, to some of the tech. So, if you're worried that you're going to be confused, tune me out for the next 30 seconds. Those of you that know a little bit of the kind of geeky stuff. There are certain websites that will not allow you to iframe a page. Amazon is one of those. So you would not be able to use either Timerlay or ClickMagick to throw up a banner over like an Amazon.com page. They will literally block it from happening. This is why we have to first send the traffic to our HTML page and basically cloak and throw up the banner and iframe our own HTML page instead of our Amazon listing itself. The ultimate would be if you could just do it on your Amazon listing, right? But they block those. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if that would be the ultimate because I like a technique called click commitment. You know, I like ever deepening, you know, Robert Cialdini power of influence type of ever deepening click commitment. I like them to have to click through a couple times. They're easy clicks. They're not scary clicks. That's why we don't want to throw up like a forced opt-in. But their odds of buying after they've clicked something 1, 2, 3 times go up dramatically than if they just kind of take a quick look, boom, and then they bounce. Hope that makes sense. Good question, Theo. Marianello. I hope I said that name right. Thanks so much. I love tech. Man, all you guys like tech. But she says, I need more marketing. That's why I'm here. Okay, cool. So Sean says, how much do you spend on advertising to sell 50 units a day? I don't know. It would depend on what your advertising cost is. You know, how competitive the audiences that you're bidding on, blah, 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 right? You'd have to, there's just too many variables. It's not that simple, Sean. I wish, buddy. You know, kind of like the metaphor I say is, you know, all this stuff, it's not as simple as, you know, walking up to a giant gumball machine, insert quarter, and every time it spits out the same gumball. There's too many variables. So in the real world, what we have to do is, you know, when we test out this stuff, that's exactly the vernacular we use. We call it a test, and we say, okay, let's see approximately how much it's going to cost per click, and blah, 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 and you get some metrics and that kind of stuff. But I don't know exactly precisely how much to spend to sell exactly 50 units. Cam, no, I'm not retargeting people that bought at full price. I'm only retargeting the people who saw the flash sale, okay, and click through to the lander. So those people only saw the discount price And so I target that retargeting list specifically. Does that make sense? So no, that would not be a problem the way we have this wired. So Stacy says, I've been doing Facebook ads from my personal Facebook account. And you're saying that you need to start using Facebook Business. Yes, Stacy, do it today. Stop running all of your ads from your Facebook personal account. They are banning people left and right, not because necessarily that you're doing anything wrong, but because you're running ads with commercial intent in a personal account. They do not want that. Unfortunately, Facebook's been very, very hideous in kind of communicating that clearly because they're a big company now, but you need to, like today, sign up for a Facebook Business Manager account. Let me see if I can find that for you here. Facebook Business Manager. Yeah, so it's this URL here. Let me blow that up for you big. business.facebook.com. And you might want to read, why do I need to use? They spell it out right there. So how it works in the real world is you will literally use your same personal Facebook login credentials when you log into business.facebook.com. Make sure you all hear me. They're two different things. Just because you can run ads in your personal Facebook account does not mean you are signed up for the Business Manager Facebook service. That cannot be overstated. So you all must switch over to this. Doesn't cost anything extra. This is for if you have a business, which we all do. And you can manage all of your pages from there, your ad accounts, blah, 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 blah. As you grow a team, now your team can access that account without having to share your actual personal, profile login information. You will need to put in your credit card and your billing details all over again. It's a separate dashboard, separate support, separate everything. You absolutely must do it if you're going to be using Facebook. Okay. So yeah, good question. Ram says super duper stuff. I like that. Another one that will separate us from the crowd. Oh yeah, for sure. Jason said, with the Chef Louis page, is that a fan page in your personal account? Yes. So what you do is, now that's just because I've been using that sample for so long, but you can, okay, so with Facebook Business Manager, any fan pages that you create in your personal account, you can access them with a couple clicks easily in your Facebook Business Manager account, just so you know, okay? I still prefer, just because I'm a creature of habit, I still create new fan pages in my personal account, and I just log into the to the Facebook Business Manager account, and then I just kind of enable access from there, which is stupid because I can create fan pages right from the Business Manager account. But again, I'm just slightly more comfortable doing it the old school way. What is system for discount based on a product review? I don't know what, I'm not sure what that means, sorry. Once you're done with the 4-day campaign, do you remove the Facebook fan page? No, because there's no reason to do that. Let me keep seeing what else we have here. Do you suggest retargeting with the Ben Cummings Classic? Okay, so I would not, personally, I would not waste. Okay, so the question is, do you suggest retargeting with the Ben Cummings Facebook $1 funnel? Okay. I'm going to give you a two-part answer. I would build a retargeting list, but for different purposes, which I'll explain in a minute. But I would not run a retargeting campaign because the offer's so damn good. If someone's not willing to just buy it for $1 and enter their email, then they're worthless to me. So I would not do the 2x retargeting behind a $1 giveaway because the offer is so freaking good. But remember I said I would be building a retargeting list for future use, and here's how I would use it. So let's say that I release product A this month. I'm just going to put them through my normal funnel as usual, but I'm building a retargeting list that I'm not using yet, but I'm going to use it when I release my second product. So now I can target my next $1 giveaway funnel to this hot list of prospects, and that's how I would do that. Okay. So a Kim Marie, hey, what's up, Kim Marie? Is there a way to take them to a different landing page after the timer is expired? Absolutely. You can take them anywhere they want after the timer is expired. The reason I don't do that, though, the reason why I redirect them just to the raw, basic HTML lander is because I'm chasing them with a retargeting message, though, for the flash deals. Don't get confused, everybody. I was just answering a question about the $1 giveaway retargeting. Now we're completely shifting gears, and we're talking about what? We're talking about the flash deals. In that case, I am chasing them with retargeting. So if I'm chasing them with retargeting, remember the countdown timer expires in 2 hours. So I chase them with retargeting. I don't want them to see like, sorry, this deal's expired. I want them to go back to the original page and maybe think that they somehow found a different URL or a loophole, and oh, hey, I know that countdown timer expired, but hell, somehow something's broken. So yeah, I'm gonna hurry up and buy this, something like that. Okay. Sandra says, hello, great stuff. So to be clear, we are creating the lander to add the urgency only. No, the lander is added because that is the HTML page. ClickMagick iframes it. So when somebody clicks on that redirect link that we made in ClickMagick, they're added to the retargeting list, number one. And number two, they're taken to like a pretend page. Like they think they're on the HTML lander, but they're on basically, for all intents and purposes, a different URL entirely that displays the pop-up and the countdown timer. Yeah, I know it's like sort of a mind bender, right? Sort of a mind bender, but I will admit this is kind of a multi-layered setup, and if this is new to you, you're probably like, what the bleep? But I really encourage you to rewatch this segment again of the webinar replay. Watch it maybe a couple times, and I think it'll finally stick. And I'd actually go through the process of like setting this up with ClickMagick and the HTML, and it'll probably, the light bulb will go off and go, oh, okay, I get what he's doing now. Okay, so I've continued to utterly freak people out like Luke when I'm direct linking sometimes to my Amazon listing, and then other times I'm saying use the ASM ranker or the super URL. Guys, let me just lay it to you straight. We don't know how much more benefit there is to using, say, an ASM ranker, a super URL, or just direct linking. Okay? If you talk to many guys that are doing millions of dollars on Amazon, like before anybody even invented the super URL or the ASM ranker link, all they were doing was a direct linking, and they were able to rank like crazy. Now, it just makes sense because if someone buys from an Amazon listing and you had direct link to that Amazon listing, then Amazon has to interpret what caused them to buy. Okay? Now, the reason why all of us still use the super URL or the ASM ranker is because sometimes there's lots of benefit into forcing Amazon and to tell them exactly what caused them to buy. But you see, there's frankly certain limitations to that, because if you think about it, if we're only telling Amazon, hey, people are only buying for this keyword, then my gut instinct as an entrepreneur says, well, maybe then I'm not allowing Amazon to interpret what other keywords people might have bought for my listing. Okay? Again, we have no anecdotal evidence that, sorry, this is all anecdotal evidence. Like this is all kind of fly by the seat of our pants for all of us, because Amazon does not allow us to place any like pixels on any of their Amazon pages, so we don't know exactly how they are like interpreting all this. But I've seen equally good results using ASM ranker links and super URLs to rank for certain keywords, and I've just found great benefits in just a direct linking. So I'm at a stage here where I'm kind of, like the classic answer is, well, Ben, tell me exactly what one method to use. And I always laugh at that, because it's like, okay, you want to turn pro as a tennis player. Tell me the one stroke I need to master. And you'd be laughed at. They would say, you need to master all the strokes. You don't just need a good serve. You need a good serve. You need a good forehand. You need a good backhand. You need good volleys. You need good fitness. You need good diet, blah, 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 blah. You need it all. And in truth, this is what it takes to be successful in any business. There's not one magic pill. You need it all. You need it all, right? You got to do it all right. This is the stuff that, like, if you actually said this at a big seminar, they would throw rotten tomatoes at you and boo you off the stage, because no one wants to hear this. Everybody wants the magic pill. Ben, teach me the one magic ad, right? Well, there is no one magic ad. There's certain marketing funnels I use to rank. There's certain marketing funnels that I use to maybe rank for specific keywords, but I don't want to lose money because I'm not in the initial launch phase. So I might use the flash deal for that purpose, right? Or, holy crap, we really over-ordered and our sales aren't where they are, so I'm going to use a flash deal to liquidate some of the inventory, turn it into cash, and at least I'm breaking even, but now I can cycle that cash into maybe a better product. Again, different tools in a tool belt for different business purposes, right? So going back to the question, Ben, what should we use? Super URL, ASM ranker, or direct link? I use it all. I know you hate that answer. I would too, but I literally use it all, because I don't want to be necessarily just sending the exact same type of traffic repeatedly across multiple different efforts to Amazon. I use it all. Sometimes I direct link. Sometimes I rotate super URLs. Sometimes I use the ASM ranker link. Different signals, different. It's like in baseball, right? It's very, very well. It's unheard of that a pitcher only has one type of pitch, like a fast pitch, right? They all have a changeup, they have a slider, they have this or that. Why? To give the batter different looks at the ball. That's what I'm doing with Amazon frequently. I want to give Amazon different looks. Keith says, hey Keith, do you agree this can be exactly what I need to push my sales for a product that has tanked for no apparent reason? Yeah, but like anything, where the rubber will kind of meet the road with this is you just have to constantly be looking at the Facebook audiences that you're targeting, because you can have the greatest offer on planet Earth and you target the wrong audience, and you might think, holy crap, this doesn't work. Ben was full of beans. This thing sucks. Well, that's because there's certain, really, really bad audiences on Facebook, and there's really, really good audiences. And the only way that you know is that you test, you test which audience is getting you the lowest website clicks. So, if you don't use any tracking pixels, in this funnel, because Amazon doesn't allow us to put a tracking pixel on the checkout page, then what metric will we use to evaluate one Facebook audience versus another? The cost for website clicks, okay? Tracy, I don't have that much experience with Jungle Scout. George says, great session. Thanks, buddy. Tony has a question if he can use Amazon affiliate codes in the direct links to help track conversions. I'm sure you can. I've never chosen to do that, because I think the spirit of of being like an Amazon affiliate is not so that we can earn like additional income kind of under the nose of Amazon if we're a vendor. So I just choose not to do that just because it's outside my comfort level. I don't think that's in the spirit of what Amazon would want us to do, and I would hate to have my account banned because I did that. Now, am I being overly paranoid? Probably. I'm sure I'm making a bad decision because it's costing me some good tracking data, and it's costing me, you know, certain commissions. So what I always like to say is, you know, your business, your choice, you know. And I'm going to wrap up with a couple more questions here. Jonas says, have you quit the list building technique? No, no. It just doesn't make sense for the flash deal, because why the hell would I, you know, you have to give a good incentive for me to turn over my email address. $1 deal on a $30 product, yes, I'm going to hand it over, but not for a flash deal, no. So if that makes sense. Yeah, I agree with Michael. He says it's generally risky to use Amazon affiliate links unless they originate from your own website. Can't be from any ads pointing to Amazon's site. Yeah, just as a general rule, I would avoid that too. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Just some sort of final words. You know, especially if you're newer to Amazon, right? You're probably like, holy, like, you know, you probably feel like you just got hit over the head by a 2x4 at this point, right? Your head's swimming with possibilities, almost too many possibilities. What I always say is, though, always dial into the 80-20 rule. Like, I hate programs that are purposely dumbed down, you know? So I refuse to do that with Fast Track. So, like what I mean by is there's all different varying levels of experience. If this is currently like mind-bending to you, that's a good thing. If your brain's exploding with possibility, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. But wherever you're at, though, always give credence to the 80-20, and you say, okay, in the light of what Ben just taught, what for me personally is the 20% of the most value I can apply right now to my Amazon business? Maybe it's not flash sales because you're not there yet, but maybe it's the Facebook kind of carousel ad approach. That could be the difference that makes all the difference this month in your Amazon business. For those of you that have multiple products and maybe you have excess inventory, well, clearly no-brainer would be the flash sale funnel with the carousel ads, you know, with the 2x retargeting. Maybe for people that are just launching a product, for you, it's the new $1 giveaway, you know, Facebook carousel ad format, right? So, yes, you know, I'll be the first person that will admit I run the gamut from simple to the advanced in Fast Track. I think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a very, very good thing, because this program for a lot of you is almost like an insurance policy, isn't it? You know, you might not use tactic B right now, but you're going to put it on a shelf like an insurance policy, and you know that in a month it makes sense to implement tactic B, but maybe not right now. Maybe right now tactic A makes more sense for you. Does that make sense? And this stuff will kind of percolate in your unconscious. And you know how a lot of these interesting kind of, you know, iterations and improvements on this Fast Track content comes about is from you guys. You guys say, oh, wait a minute, what if we applied the flash deal to blah, 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 and then bam, and we have that next big breakthrough that we share. So anyway, guys, just keep plugging away. Don't forget what I said. You know, when you're looking at the Fast Track program, ask yourself, how can I make success inevitable with this program? And I really highly recommend that you limit yourself to just 3 action steps you're going to take as a result of this content. And then on your next Rainmaker Day, work on implementing those 3 action steps so that you're going to get just 3 things done between now and our next Fast Track training, okay? And I think you'll be very, very happy with those results. So on behalf of myself and everybody here in the Fast Track program, I want to wish you much Amazon success. Okay, talk soon.